right? It's like if you are this race, if you're white, if you're a man, if you're this, you are evil in yourself. So it's normal that at some point people are like, wait a minute. And then they look at the Crusades and they realize the Crusades were absolutely justified. Like it doesn't mean that the Crusades that there were bad things that happened in the Crusades. Obviously, we did bad things, but the idea that the Crusades weren't justified, that's crazy. Like literally, Constantinople was on the verge of being taken.
I love memes and I follow memes because it seems like the culture emerges kind of bottom up. And first it goes into Kanye's head and he goes insane. And then it goes to the sort of Tim Dillon's rants on some Joe Rogan podcast. The comedians are sort of on the edge of it. And you're usually one of the first people that can articulate something. Like I was feeling the post World War II consensus thing and I saw you on a podcast 6 months ago. I was like, that, right? It's like that ability to articulate the kind of emergent culture. So I'm wondering kind of what happens next with the body, like because even the trans thing, it seems like okay, the most extreme version of that is passing. You know, some British in Britain, some trial just got closed down for being dangerous. The Tavistock Clinic was closed down for going too far, to say the least. So I wonder what's like. We need to talk to Kanye. Like, what's emerging in the kind of
Talk to Kanye.
Kanye. It's always a dangerous activity talking to
Yeah, yeah,
Kanye.
yeah. Well, I think
So
people have to know that I've been watching him. I've been watching Ye for years since 2004 because I feel like he's a tuning fork. And if you want to know what's coming, you can watch him and you can see what the next thing is, And so when became Christian, I thought, okay. And then we saw this massive influx of Christians, like in my church has quintupled, let's say, in the past few years. And so there's this like mass influx of young people. And then when he became a Nazi, I was like, okay, like what's coming? And then this big push to criticize Israel and stuff. So it's true that we have to pay attention to kind of see what's coming. But I think that in terms of the trans stuff, the world actually has a shape, right? The world actually has a form, and you can twist it for a while. But if you twist it for too long, it reacts. It's like a rubber band. You can stretch it, but at some point it snaps back. And I think that is something that we're going to see. What we hope is that the snap back is not too violent, because those children, my daughter, who is 18, she has like four of her childhood friends that have transitioned. That's how crazy it was. And so those children that transition are going to hate us, right? They're because it's not going to make them better. And so we don't want that return to be so strong that it's going to become tyrannical. But I think that, the hope is that people, I tell people go to church. It's like the best thing to do right now is to actually participate. Delete some of the apps from your phone. Try to be in the world and try to be with people. That's the best remedy for a lot of this nonsense. The trans thing is an online thing. The trans thing is
yep.
online infection because people can disassociate themselves with the screen, and that becomes part of their existence where they're disassociated already.
Yeah, my priest says you're always welcome in Slovenia. And then just before this, I was invited 20 people around for dinner. It's like enough online. Let's just eat some food with people. Let's
Yeah.
have some. And you're talking about boundaries. I was like, maybe I won't invite that addict friend who's fairly newly in recovery to my house. There was some boundary setting, but still that real world contact. We are going to retake Constantinople, though, right? I mean, like bare
Well,
minimum. I mean,
Mark, like, we'll see. We'll see. I think that the way that it's going now, I don't see who exactly is going to do that, but I do hope to see a sufficient Christian revival.
I'm mostly joking. There's a lot of memes going around about crusades at the moment. And
Yeah.
I saw there's a right-leaning demonstration in Manchester, I think at the weekend, and there was Crusader crosses at
Yeah.
this. And Britain's been a very secular country. The Anglican Church is super woke, like crazy woke.
Yeah.
But what's emerging outside of the Anglican Church is a kind of resurgence, very grassroots. And
Yeah.
often the memes become kind of true. So all the memes about crusading and Constantinople, there's been a whole bunch of them. Reject modernity and his guys
Yeah.
in knights and armor. There's
Yeah.
something in that that could be super healthy, but it's also is potentially pretty dangerous as
Oh
well.
yeah. But it's the this is the problem. It's like, I when I went to college, I was told that the Crusades were absolute evil. I was told that the Crusades were this horrible thing that we did. And then, and so we were taught that something that founded Western Europe, that was one of the basis of the strength of Western Europe, was this absolute evil thing, right? And so that's just one example. There are so many examples of this, right? It's like if you are this race, if you're white, if you're a man, if you're this, you are evil in yourself. And so you're evil, you're just pure evil. And so it's normal that at some point people are like, wait a minute. And then they look at the Crusades and they realize the Crusades were absolutely justified. Like, it doesn't mean that the Crusades, that there were bad things that happened in the Crusades. Obviously, we did the bad things. But the idea that the Crusades weren't justified, that's crazy. Like, literally, Constantinople was on the verge of being taken. So it's totally normal that they would ask for help to defend themselves against the invading Islamic army.
Yeah, it
And
was
so I
several
think
hundred
that,
years of piracy, and it was in many ways a defensive action, even if improperly applied.
yeah. Yeah, and so I mean, so that's just one example, but it has this core in it, which is that as we are in some ways hating ourselves, and you talked about how you followed every religion except Christianity. Like, this has been the thing since the 1960s, which is that everything except us is valuable, and that's just not tenable. You can't live that way. Either you disappear, either you'll be completely swallowed by the outside, or at some point you kind of wake up and realize, no, wait a minute, it's okay to defend my family. It's actually okay to defend my nation. It's okay to believe in something.
It's okay to believe in something. Let's talk about that okay defense. So in martial arts, there's a sort of moral case for using martial arts in defense. In Christianity, there's the notion of the just war. World War II and Star Wars, I think The Simpsons says are was it in Star Wars and The Simpsons it says the only three just wars were the American War of Independence, World War II, and Star Wars.
There you
But
go.
this idea of the just war, and I have to be very careful here because next time I go through Heathrow to see my mum and sister, I might get a like it's like quite serious issue. The one line that can't be crossed is the say, let's say the morally justifiable use of force. And I go, all right, where's that line? I mean, we just discovered that we're led by pedo cannibals, and it's like, hang on a minute, like, is that not a line? Like, this is seems like a kind of a big line. I mean, what in the UK, this is the key issue at the moment. Like, has a line been crossed? And I'm certainly not inciting anyone here for anyone if Keir Starmer's thought police are listening. And let's look at it abstractly and philosophically. When is there a line where we go, okay, this is looking a bit satanic now? Like that started off as a joke. And then it was like, okay, but this Olympics also kind of looks a bit satany. And I was in a hotel the other day that had literal golden calves in every room and all sorts of weird satanic imagery in the hotel. And it just seems to be everywhere. And it started off like I was joking. And now I'm going, where is that line where people say, okay, yeah, a little bit more is needed now?
Yeah. Where's that line? Well, the truth is that no matter what the line is, the solution is to become more, to become better, right? And so this is the issue that you see with everyone. It's like, even like the right wing people, let's say the right wing people that are angry that there are too many immigrants, but they don't have children. It's like the same with all of this. It's like you hate the satanic imagery, but you don't go to church, right? And so people are feeling these satanic pedophiles that are kind of ruling us, but they don't love their own story. They don't participate. They're not involved in their community. And so I think that no matter what, that's really the solution, because you can't. There's nothing we can do about right now. I mean, what can you do about the elite pedophiles or the elite that rule over us? There's not much you can do except be connected to where you're from, be connected to who you are, be connected to to your community, and build something strong down here. Because the reason why we're kind of ruled by these kind of elites that don't care about us, is because we also like to not be responsible. We also like to
Right,
just
right.
like to just be taken care of, you know? So if you like to be taken care of, then maybe the people that'll be taking care of you at some point you realize that you're food for them. That they don't actually care about you. They just see you as resources. So I think that there's a lot of that has to be kind of reclaimed. But the way to reclaim it is really to be is embodiment. That's a good way of, you know, exactly what you're talking about, is to live in your life, live in your family, live in your community. That's really the only way to go.
Mm.